Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome to Love in the Time of Spellphage. Thank you to the developer for the code. Love in the Time of Spellphage is taking part in the Choose Wisely Fest 2025, taking place from December 8th through the 15th, so be sure to go check that out. This, along with many other games, are taking part in it. Lots of demos, full games, discounts, and things to wishlist. So, without further ado, let us... sure my controller works, and start! The one check I forgot to do beforehand was, does my controller work? Crowstone University! Just can't believe this is happening. I know. First the iCal tells us there's nothing to worry about. I was just getting a minor phage like we get every year, few years, and now we have to be locked down in our apartments? An 8 p.m. curfew? When are we ever even going to see each other again? Soon, I'm sure of it. The council said the lockdown was only provisional. It'll probably just be a few weeks, right? God, I hope so. It's been literally a day since the announcement. Already crawling out of my skin over here. If I bang on the wall, can you hear it? Just barely. Yeah, just barely. Barely, huh? Well, 2 walls away and I might as well be on another planet. 1 week later. Every day feels the same already. Can't believe it's only been a week since the infallible Council of Wizards declared lockdown. This pandemic is still so surreal. I didn't even have a chance to recover from finals before it started. Pretty sure it's just me and Cass left in the whole building now. Everyone else has gone home to isolate with their families. Cass is here because her parents are still vacationing in Southdale, and my folks, well, I bet they haven't even heard of the Spellphage yet. I can't keep sitting around doing nothing. I've just been smoking pipe weed and reading light novels all week, and I can't keep the plot straight anymore. Plus my eyes hurt from all the light exposure. And I'm out of pipe weed. Lockdown sucks, and I'm so bored. I don't have to be. I could actually try to do something today. I think I have the wands. Wands was the then fashionable term for how much emotional, intellectual, magical, and physical energy one had for accomplishing tasks for the day. One would say something like, I don't have the wands for that right now, or perhaps I'm completely out of wands. They were thought to replenish each day at dawn if one got a restful night of sleep. Lauren had 5, in those days anyway. This is Lauren, by the way. In the isolation of lockdown, she had reached the unpleasant understanding that she would be unable to accomplish everything she wanted to do, both on the scale of her life and within the smaller frame of the everyday. The thought was paralyzing, overwhelming. Lauren resolved in that moment to spend her wands in a way that reflected the life she wanted to lead. There was no one best way to live, only one best for her. Okay, I've got the wands. What should I get up to? I could work on my piece for the Merlinium prize. I only have a week left to submit it, and I haven't even started. Painting has always been my escape from the stress of school. I know it'll be fun once I get back into it. I think I just need to recover a little from exams. I guess I could go for a walk too. Well, that's still allowed. It looks really pretty and snowy outside. I've been cooped up in here all week. I'm sure the fresh air would do me good. Pushed myself, had a little adventure. But I could also just order some food and pipe weed and get back to relaxing. It has been a stressful semester, and they say it's important to balance work with rest so you don't burn out. And I've been craving Dwarven all week anyway. There's always the news to catch up on, too. Even if I have been finding it a little stressful to keep up with recently, I still think it's important to stay informed in times like these. I should really just do what I feel like. Follow my energy. Live in the moment. Alright, so what do we got? What should I do? Read the Crowstone Daily, 0 wands. Our companion is 2 wands. Go for a walk is 3. Order takeout is 1. We'll read the Crowstone Daily. Why not? Crowstone University. Okay, what fresh abyss awaits me today? Candle Hollow 163986. Crowstone hires Goblin Language Specialist. In a historic first, Crowstone has hired its first Goblin Professor, reversing a policy against Goblin hires instituted in the 34th century. Crowstone's anti-Goblin policy dated from the from the Third Era, when goblins were still at war with the peoples of the North, said Chancellor Clean Breeze in a prepared statement. I'm proud to be the Chancellor that finally put an end to this hateful, discriminatory practice. Professor Grimlurg will begin teaching in the upcoming winter semester, introducing a course titled Goblin Language and Politics in Context. Students may request to be placed on the waitlist for the course, which Professor Grimlurg and the professity. What the heck is a professity? And the university expect to be wildly popular. Oh, that's cool. I always thought the policy was really shitty. I feel like the Chancellor could have given some credit to the student protesters, though. What else is going on? University urges calm amid lockdown. Crowston University issued on Monday a statement recommending that those students staying on campus during the holiday remain stoic in the face of the ongoing spellphage lockdown. We have received isolated reports of disorderly behavior on campus and want to remind students that if they wish to continue their studies next month, they should continue to mind university regulations, said the Dean of Security. Such bullshit. People are just letting off a little steam. We've been locked up in our apartment for a whole week. So one statue of a weird old racist got transmuted. What a big deal. Or big deal. Well, I'm all caught up on the news again, for better and for worse. Time to do something productive with my day. So I can do 2 out of 3. It looks like. We'll work on the painting. Painting sounds like a fun idea. What? Should I put on table? Yeah. Obviously, it's the best way to focus. Paint with music. It'll set the vibe. We'll put the tape on. Click on tape to play it. There we go. Go back. Okay, a blank canvas. My very favorite thing. Even though I love painting, this part always gives me anxiety. The first motion from nothing to something. Okay, my landscape teacher taught me to start with the basics. Sea and sky. First the sky. How should I? Stormy and dramatic. I want to do something dramatic. A huge stormy sky, the color of a fresh bruise. I want purples and indigo and deep rosy pinks. Whoa. It always starts out looking like nothing, just a smear of paint on the cloth, and that freaks me out every time. But nothing looks like anything when you first start to do it. The sea comes next. Don't overthink it, just try to get even strokes when blending it. Move from the shoulder. It'll be reflecting the colors of the sky, so we can start with the same elements. Just putting down paint is what's important right now, defining the shapes as loosely as possible. It's not perfectly straight, you can see the arc of my arm and the strokes, but whatever, I'll cover it up with something later. Time to blend it all together gently. 2 hairs and some air, as my teacher says. That last round of blending really makes it seem more coherent. It still doesn't look like anything, but at least it's kind of pretty. This is relaxing, moving the paint around without worrying too much about the details, but still working towards something. In some ways, it feels like the opposite of conjuration, where you have to think about the details from the very first moment, and the more you work on something, the less you feel you accomplish. These days, conjuration is all about commercial applications, computers, cars. It's not that the stuff's not important, but when my teachers were my age, it feels like you could do anything you wanted. Today, there's no way you could just open a small conjuration shop and compete with the big companies. In the old stories, conjurers are powerful creative wizards who bring anything they can imagine into being. Castles of crystals, sumptuous alien feasts, creatures both dangerous and elegant. I guess it's silly of me that I fell for the hype. I just don't feel a lot of creativity when I'm conjuring someone else's design for a circuit or a program. Anyway, right now I'm painting. It's easy for the mind to wander when you're working with abstractions. Get enough spirits. We need some clouds. Get this thing grounded in reality. Big epic clouds. Kind of want to do something huge. Some huge sweeping clouds. Go a little wild with colors, maybe. Aha. They start out looking like random blobs of paint, but just a little blending from top to bottom and they turn into clouds. On canvas, the smallest effort can completely change the world. Maybe that's why it's such a good escape from reality. It's looking pretty good. I wonder if another cloud would be nice. more clouds. It's kind of hard to tell, like, the difference of which one you're selecting. For me, yeah, let's fill out the top a little bit. Just a couple more wispy fellows to fill out the bottom. I'll never get tired of painting clouds. I wonder what that says about me. This is starting to look like something, or at least not nothing. But my hand is cramping already, and I should probably let these layers dry before putting on another one. I can come back to it tomorrow. That was fun. Should I stop the tape or let it play? Let it play. I think I still have some energy to do something. Wait, what the heck? Arcane light fills Lauren's room as a translucent blue hand emerges from an ovoid portal holding a cerulean envelope between its thumb and fingers. A conjured letter? The glowing hand hovers in Lauren's room, holding the letter towards her expectantly. Who would tunnel through the ether to send the letter this way instead of just putting it in the mail? Lauren reaches out to take the letter, and the glowing hand disappears back into the portal, which closes behind it. It's not addressed. Let's see. I've been trying to find the courage to tell you how I feel, but when I'm near you, I find myself disarmed completely. All pretense falls away. I'm relieved for who I am and vengeance for this university. Unveiling, I write to you in secret, that you too may know the nakedness of love yet unacknowledged. LW. What in the world? I can feel it coming apart in my hands. Lauren sits in stunned silence for a moment. What the hell is going on? Was that a self-destructing love letter sent by a secret admirer through the ether? They must have set the apex of the portal wrong, though, since who would write something like that to me? I don't even know what to think about it. It feels... Ah, no! I can't choose! Exciting. Exciting, I guess. This is the kind of thing that happens to heroines in light novels. I mean, usually the person who wrote the letter ends up being a vampire or a gargoyle or something who can't reveal their identity because of their monstrous countenance. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Who could LW be? I don't think I know anyone with those initials. I need to figure out who wrote this. Maybe I should talk to Cass about it. What should I do? Go for a walk. Chat with Cass about my, order takeout. Yeah, I do deserve some takeout. But I'm actually pretty hungry too, so I'll buy some food as well to balance out the pipeweed. And it would be cool to see Dustin again. I haven't seen him since the lockdown started. He seems like a communist. I heard he was on WIRC too, but so I don't even need to dismiss Phoebe to send a crow. Isn't he a driver for Overmunch these days? Maybe he can pick up my dwarven army on his way. Moving up. Oh, here we go. Oh. Hey you, are you there? Yeah, you put one spear and distaff patch on your jean vest and you pay for it for the rest of your life. Is this Lauren from Crowstone? Lol, from Crowstone, like I emerged from the mountainside. Yeah, it's Lauren. How are you? I'm well, delivering a lot of dwarven food. Guess people are looking for comfort these days. Are you looking for anything particular today, Dark Lore? Don't make fun of me, I'm obviously dangerous. Can a girl say hi to the queens without needing a pretext? But yes, do you need food and pipeweed, please, and thank you. I figure as much. I'm in the neighborhood, actually. If you want to just tell me what you want from Ulrich's, I can pick it up on my way over. Save on Overmunch delivery fees. Dustin, you rogue! How did you know I wanted Ulrich? I will have a snow borscht. Let me throw pie. Snow borscht, please, and a mandrake juice. I'm trying to keep my immune up. Wait, if you're out doing deliveries, how are you getting these messages? That is an Overmunch trade secret, ma'am. See you in 15. I guess I have some time to kill. Lauren picks up the light novel on her desk and rereads the back, but decides to just get ready instead. She knows herself well enough to know the time will disappear if she does anything but wait. I lived here for for 3 years, and that doorbell still startles me every time. Hey, Dark Lord, got your snow bush. It was busy at Ulrich's, but I know the owner, so gave me my food before the other drivers. You know Ulrich? He's like a celebrity to me. I've been living on snowboards all winter. You don't have to tell me. That stuff is heavy. It's all worth it for the exercise and for the networking opportunities with all of you, fellow communists. I used to work at Ulrich's back in the day in the kitchen, if you can believe that. Dustin the chef, who would have thought? Speaking of communism, that's 5 silver for the snowbush, and then 10 more silver if you want half a quarter too. It's really good stuff this time. Halfling girl and everything. Yeah, sure. The crass exchange of silver between acquaintances occurs. Lauren receives 2 paper bags, one of them heavy and warm to the touch, and the other light and subtly fragrant. Thanks for coming by, Dustin. I appreciate you doing this. All in a day's work, ma'am. Thanks as always for paying cash, and thank you for ordering with Overmunch. Ever the professional. Oh, hey, before you go, how did you send those WIRC messages while you were out? Were you, like, at a terminal cafe or something? Terminal cafe or a pipe weed dealer on the pipe weed dealer's dime? To be so fortunate. The cars the Overmunch rents to us have terminals in them to relay the orders and give us directions to the customers. It's actually kind of cool. It doesn't even need a connection to a ley line. It connects through the astral plane somehow. It's pretty easy for me to get WIRC on there and hijack the ether. It charges enough for the delivery licenses and the car rental. Hijacking their ether is pretty much my moral obligation. Damn, that's cool as hell, Dustin. I didn't know you could do that stuff. Heh, I did go to Crowstone too, you know. It's how I know the neighborhood so well. It's why your snowbush is always so hot. Shit, I didn't know that either. What did you take? Philosophy, mostly Elvish, but a little Dwarvish too. Would have taken Goblin if they'd offered it, but you know, Crowstone. Took so much conjuration electives in first year, which helped figuring out the terminal in the car. Chef and the philosopher. You contain multitudes, Dustin. Crowstone just hired their first Goblin professor, Professor Grimlurk. I saw it in the newsletter. Oh yeah, that's something, Grimlurk, huh? They didn't have any courses on Goblin philosophy when I was there, that's for sure. Would have been cool. It was cool to discover it on my own, too, I guess. Reigning Snark for the first time with no preconceptions was a revelation to me. To be strong is to be many. Still gives me chills. The profs at Crowstone would probably have butchered the translation anyway. That's my terminal with another order. Lockdown, tall folk are hungry and sore as hell. Good chatting with you, Dark Lord. You too. See you around. Cool war pin, by the way. Oh yeah. Didn't know you were a member. Oh, I'm not a member exactly. I'm just also, you know, a wizard against racism. What in the world am I saying? I get that. That's cool. I'm glad to hear it. Listen, I gotta go. But if you're interested, there's gonna be a rally tomorrow near the obelisk. Come check it out if you feel like it. Maybe you will. Take care of yourself, Dustin of the multitudes. Dustin waves goodbye as he walks back to his car. Say hi. Say hi to Cass for me. Nice. Now with snowboards and pipeweed, life is good again. Lauren enjoyed the snowboards with gusto, bordering on indecency. She was hungry after all. It was warm and filling and full of root vegetables in the manner of the dwarves. She was briefly glad to be eating alone without self-consciousness in the comfort of her apartment instead of in the cafeteria at Hollister Hall. Maybe the spellphage wasn't all bad. I think I still have some energy to do something. Chat with Cass about my day. Yeah, time to debrief with my best friend. Some stuff actually happened today. Like hydrating. Hydrating good. Hey Cass, what's up? Not much. Locked in my room by the law. And nothing but light novels and synthesizers to keep me company. Can imagine worse. Yeah, not too bad. Speaking of light novels, have you started Arcanum case files yet? No, not yet. I haven't had the time. Happen to know for a fact that you have had the time. Apparently haven't had the opportunity? I don't know. Even though when everyone is telling you to do something and you really mean to get around to doing it, but something about everyone telling you about it makes you not want to do it, so you put it off. Please, I am in this conversation and I don't like it. It's like reverse pressure or something. No, when people who care about me tell me to do stuff, I just do it. You need an escape, Lore. Get out of your head for a minute. So, what else is up with you? Anything exciting? Saw Dustin. He says hi. Dusty, hi. How's my boy doing? Seemed good. We chatted a bit even. He's actually like really smart. So I'm not surprised. He went to Crowstone too. I know. It's just that I got priors about pipe weed dealers. That's all I really know him as. I made myself fooled by stereotype maxima culpa. Anyway, apparently Overmunch cars have terminals in them now. They connect to the ether without a physical connection to the ley line. This is wild. I wonder how they work. I thought I understood how the ley lines let us access the ether, but this conflicts with my understanding. Dustin was a little sketchy on the details. He said it had something to do with the astral plane. The astral plane, huh? That seems unlikely. Power requirements to pierce all the way through to the astral plane would be bananas. No way it could run off a regular imp engine IMO. Unless Overmunch has science we don't, which I guess is possible. You are talking like this is... You are talking like this is a very big deal. It is a huge deal, Lauren. This means we might soon have ether access everywhere we go, like a pocket terminal. That would completely change society. Wow, thank you for telling me. And relatedly, does this mean that you have pipeweed again? Yes, it does. Interesting. Smile. Smile. Anyway. By the way, I've been working on a bunch of new stuff with all the time off. Could use another set of ears on it. Do you want to give it a listen? Heck yeah. Okay, one moment. So what do you think? Should I keep working on it? Love it. More of the same. It's a good direction. Little diagonal from the other stuff you do, but very promising, IMO. Okay, noted. Thank you for your feedback. Speaking of being artistically productive, I started work on a new painting. And dusted the cobwebs off my brushes. I was thinking of submitting something for the millennium. That's so cool. I can't wait to see it. How's it going so far? Good, I think. I did the clouds first. They're happy clouds. I found it really meditative. I almost forgot it was possible to feel calm. Jealous, dang. After a couple of minutes, I wasn't really doing it for the millennium. I'm just enjoying making something in a state of, like, creative flow. Coursework doesn't make me feel that way, and that's for sure. I wish I could feel that way all day. You know you can. There are professional painters out there. You could do it if you really wanted to. Nah, come on. You can't make money doing that. Doesn't mean it's not worth doing. Communist talk? Oh, I almost forgot to tell you the most unbelievable thing of all. I'm just sitting in my room. A portal appears. Why is it all weird? And a floating hand emerges and hands me a letter from beyond? Excuse me? How did you not leave with this information? What did the letter say? Was it spam from beyond? That's the thing, Cass. It was a love letter. Like a really intense, ardent love letter. That's so romantic. That's so romantic, lore. Good for you. Is it? I was a little unsure about that, TBH. Honestly, I kind of have a feeling they said the apex wrong. It was meant for Dave or something. Damn, lucky Dave then. Can I see it? No, because it exploded in my dang hand. It was signed LW. No idea who that could be. Lauren Wanter. No, doesn't ring any bells here either. Who do you think it is? Who do you hope it is? I honestly have no idea. Guess it could be you. Seems like the kind of thing you might do. I would love to take credit for this romantic stunt, but you took portals with me. You know there was no way I could set the apex of a portal precisely enough to hit your bedroom. Unless it was I meant it for Dave. Har har. What are you gonna do about it? I guess nothing for now. Wait and observe like a scrying hawk. Before you go, did you catch Chancellor Cleanbreeze taking credit for Grimlark? You bet I did. What a ding-dong. What a complete and utter ding-dong, honestly. Laura has been protesting that policy for literally decades. Heck, I'm pretty sure my dad rallied against it back in the 3960s. It's so funny that Wizards Against Racism abbreviates to war. Not like haha funny, but more like darkly appropriate funny. The only kind of funny available to us at the moment. Did you hear what they did? They did the statue thing? No, that's so awesome. No weird old races could have been more deserving. Don't ask me how I know, but yeah, that was war. Mysterious! They're so cool. Okay, listen, I gotta go. Wanna get some stuff done today for a change? Hey, good for you. Don't let me stop you. Take care of yourself, Lore. You too, Cass. Think I still have some energy to do something? But I shouldn't push myself too hard. Cat? Let's read. Why was there a cat? You know, it was just reading the other day, and Cass talks about all the time. I can barely remember what was happening in this one. Lauren opens a light novel, and the room is bathed in its unearthly glow. Alright, this one is about the council wizard that gets suddenly teleported to a world without magic. Sin Arcanum. She's still a gifted detective and obviously still needs to solve crimes, so she joined the local sheriff's office. I think she's kind of a dork, but she's cute and so are all the romantic leads. She has a cool catchphrase, always interrogate your assumptions, usually followed up with a brutal interrogation scene, now that I think about it. I really like the world building too. Sin Arcanum seems like a real place, and the author really thought out the implications of not having magic. Using oil to light lamps, people riding horses instead of driving cars, that kind of thing. Makes me glad not to live without magic. It seems like it would be hard. Now magic means no power, no computers, no medicine. Everything runs on magic. Actually a little eerie now that any of us could lose our magic to the phage. Our world could end up looking a lot like the Sin Arcanum one day. Phoebe, so meowy today. You need attention, don't you? Obviously I'm petting the kitty. Conjure cat appreciates the attention, butting its head against Lauren's thigh. Aw, perfect kitty. I'm exhausted, completely out of the wands. I think I need to go to bed. But I'm also proud of myself. I actually did stuff today. My first well-earned sleep with a spellphage pandemic. Which means well-earned. Hydration break. Is it just slowly fading here? Okay. Do I have to click something? Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Look, we're a little sleepy today. I think I might have overexerted myself yesterday. Maybe I should take it easy today. It's important to balance work with rest, after all. Dustin did say there was that war rally today. If I'm going to call myself a goblin ally and not feel like a total hypocrite, I'm going to have to start showing up to that kind of thing. It is just around the corner, and Dustin will be there, so I won't be alone. Plus, it might be fun. Another statue might get transmuted into something inappropriate. I'd hate to miss that. Alright, we're gonna read the Crowstone Daily. Because it's free. So may as well. Okay, what fresh abyss awaits me today? What's next on the old Square of Terror? Candlevale Market to be held Saturday. In celebration of the holiday season, Hollister Hall will welcome its 9th will welcome its 9th annual Candleville Market on the Saturday, Candle Hollow 20, in the downstairs atrium. Local food and craft vendors will be on hand to sell their goods. Expect gifts, glamours, and a gas of a time. A gas of a time? Who wrote this? I do like the Candleville Market, though. They have the good candles. Crowstone to cancel in-person instruction. Due to the ongoing spellphage pandemic, the Crowstone administration has made a difficult decision to cancel in-person instruction for the upcoming winter semester, said the university's interim dean of security, High Detective Clara Kalane. The dangers posed by a spellphage are simply too great for the university to continue to ignore. Wait, what? Instructions will continue for enrolled Crowstone students, with all course materials to be delivered via Crow. However, access to campus facilities such as laboratories and the Winkle Memorial Library will be restricted until such time as the spellphage is better understood. Canceling classes for the next semester? I'm already barely scraping together the interest to go to class, but if I had to study everything alone, send all my assignments by Crow? How is this not the front page item? I don't know if I would even want to keep going under those circumstances. At that point, I may as well drop out and just study on my own for a few semesters or however long it takes to get the spellphage under control. This changes everything. What am I gonna do? I started thinking about dropping out just because I don't really care about the courses. Conjuration is just so different today than it was 10, even 5 years ago. All the romance has gone out of it and now it's all applications. This is really freaking me out. Should I drop out? I only have 2 semesters left to get my degree, and I don't even really know if I want to work as a conjurer after I graduate. Tuition for the winter isn't due in a couple weeks. It's not exactly cheap to go to Crowstone as an extramural student. This feels like a really important decision. Obviously, I'm going to work on the painting. Painting sounds like a fun idea. With music, of course. It'll set the vibe. I put a tape on. Good enough? This time I'm not starting from nothing. Some decisions have already been made. But as my teacher might say, now's the time to make some big choices. I know I'm going to want some mountains in the distance. Maybe I'll end up covering them all up with trees in the end, but they'll add to the sense of space. Snow-capped giant. Want to give a feeling of serenity. A single snow-capped mountain in the distance, gently sloping towards the viewer. This is the really scary part. Just a knife and a lot of paint. Here goes nothing. Just focus on the top edge. The bottom is going to take care of itself, but a nice clean edge here will pay off later. Wonder why I find it so easy to make choices here and so hard to make choices in other ways. This decision about going back to school next semester is really going to mess with me. On the other hand, I only really have 2 semesters left to go, and then I have a bachelor's in conjuration. And it leaves me with a backup option no matter what, I guess. On the other hand, if they don't manage to find a cure for the spellphage, I could potentially spend the whole year in this apartment doing assignments on paper and sending them in by Crow. Assignments I don't even really care about. Okay, back to the painting. Next step is to drag this paint down, give the impression of hills. As long as the direction stays consistent, the illusion will sell. Alright, that's vaguely mountainy. It'll get better once I add highlights. Gently drag the paint from top to bottom where the light would catch it. I really like this part too. That just got a lot higher quality. Something two-dimensional instantly takes volume and shape. It feels effortless. In moments like these, I wish I could just paint all the time. But that's not a realistic dream to have. Now to do the shadows. Mix in a bit of blue. And then blend it together. I kind of want to extend the slope a little more so that there can be somewhere for foothills to sit. And maybe add a couple more little clouds. Okay, those are some mountains. I can work with this. This is a background. I should probably let it dry before I start in the foreground. You really put on a lot of paint for the mountains, comparatively speaking. That was fun. Stop the tape, it's not playing anyway. I still got the wants to do something else today. Taking it easy doesn't have to mean doing nothing at all. Let's check out the protest. The obelisk is so close to my apartment. Me and Cass used to go every weekend in the summer to hang out. But I'd like to get out there more in the winter. It seems like there's always something going on. The drum circle's a little intimidating, but I want to try... Did it? Oh yeah. But I want to try it out sometime. I feel illusionist on the drums, and you can really see the music. I remember last summer, one of the circles had woven a glamour of a huge pleated... Is that supposed to be a glamour? A glamour of a huge pleated dragon twisting in midair in time with the beat. Can already hear the rally a little bit and smell the pipeweed. It sounds like a pretty big crowd. Hope I can find Dustin okay. I'm never really at ease in big groups of people. Lauren easily threads her way through small groups of students huddled together for warmth. Cool day for a rally. There's a lot more people here than I would have expected. Kind of think of it, I guess I don't really know what this rally is for. Maybe there's a reason so many people are here. Okay, here's the stage, and there's a drum circle. Something tells me that's where Dustin would be. Oh, there he is. Dustin! Hey! Darklord! You made it. That's cool. I wasn't sure if you'd come. Of course, I'm not all talk about this stuff, you know. Well, it's really good to see you. You're just in time, too. Professor Grimlurk is going to be giving a speech. Take it you've heard there are going to be no in-person classes at Crowstone next semester? Yeah, I still can't really believe it. I was already kind of going through a crisis about what I was going to do with my degree. I don't really want to be a conjurer, at least not the kind that you can get paid to be. Sorry, that's my stuff. You were saying? Hey, it's okay. You can have your own stuff. We all got our own stuff. Well, a lot of people in this crowd think that the timing isn't a coincidence. That Chancellor Claimbury is playing Grimlurk, knowing that he wouldn't be able to teach next semester, and she wouldn't have to deal with any blowback from the traditionalists about a goblin actually teaching at Crowstone. Would you happen to be among those people? I'd say that I've learned it's smart to be a little paranoid when it comes to goblin issues. Some groups of people seem to be a little more prone to coincidence than others, you know? But I'd also say that I know how many the people at this rally smoke pipe weed every day. Anyway, word is that Grimlurk might criticize the Crowstone admin in his speech. Which would be punk as hell, honestly, since the ink's not dry on this Crowstone vow yet. But dang, that'd be really cool. After a week of being in my apartment, this feels like the biggest crowd I've ever been in. Are there always this many people at these rallies? I wasn't really expecting to be so busy. First time, huh? That's really cool. Cass said he'd probably be freaked out. Cass talks about me with Dustin? Cass talks about me with you? Yeah, she talks about you a lot. Sounds like you two are really good friends. Honestly though, this is a pretty good turnout. I would have guessed more people would have gone home by now. I haven't been getting as many orders as usual from Crowstone students, that's for sure. Figure people are going a little stir crazy with the lockdown. And I guess it may be our only chance to hear a Goblin Crowstone professor speak. Oh, here he comes. The grizzled Goblin professor makes for a heroic figure in his Crowstone blue robes and handsomely traditional pointy hat. Thank you, thank you. You are all heroes today for standing out in the cold just to hear an old goblin speak. I want to begin by thanking the organizers of war for having me here to speak today. It was supposed to be a triumphant occasion, but as you all know by now, circumstances instead compel it toward the bittersweet. A hush falls over the crowd as Grimlurk pauses for effect. Nevertheless, if we are to take my appointment in a consummate creation of the Department of Goblin Studies at Crowstone to be the victories that they are, it certainly thanks to the tireless efforts of the organizers and members of Wizards Against Racism. You have kept the issue of racial equality at the forefront for almost as long as I've been alive. I remember going to these rallies when I was a young goblin, same age as many of you are now, here at this very obelisk. My own parents were the generation that mounted the last siege at Pauper's Dell. The changes we have seen in our society in just 2 generations have been truly remarkable. Now, I know that many of you are hoping that will confirm the allegations that Crowstone University deliberately hired me just before they were about to cancel in-person instruction. Dustin looks rapt. He has been listening to every word Grimlock says with unerring focus. However, I must tell you that I am fully in support of the university's decision to close its doors. Nothing is more important than the safety of students. As every indication is that the spellphage spreads through much more easily indoors, the university has right to suspend instruction until a way to resume it safely is discovered. Chancellor Cleanbreeze personally consulted with me before making the decision, assuring me that I would be included in planning around safely reopening when the time finally comes. For now, I urge you all to celebrate. Victories such as these are always rarer than they ought to be. Thank you, and please enjoy your holidays. The applause is enthusiastic, if not rapturous. Feels like the audience was hoping for something more radical, even if they agree with what Professor Grimlock said. Wow. Dustin looks stunned. Seems like he's having a moment. I was expecting for that to be as big of a deal for me as it was. Oh, I'm gonna have to take some time to processing my reaction later, I think. Whew. Got my professor at Crowstone. Maybe this means things are starting to change. What do you think? It was really cool. It was really cool. It felt like it was there for a little piece of history. I completely know what you mean. Anyway, I gotta get going soon. I'm actually on a shift right now. I just wanted to pop over and see what Grimlock had to say. Glad I did too. What are you up to? You sticking around for the rest of the rally? Not sure, actually. If you're leaving, I think I might head home. I don't really know anyone here. Yeah, it makes sense. I'll have to give you a ride home, but I'm sure my terminal's already full of tickets. Do you like driving for Overmunch? Honestly, most of the time, yeah, I like it okay. I like driving, and I can set my own hours, work when I want, or I could before last week. Driving itself has been a little nicer recently. Fewer people in the streets since people aren't commuting anymore. But this last week, it has been getting really busy. I used to get maybe a call an hour. That was a lot of downtime. And reading or listening to tapes, it was pretty okay as jobs go. Now it feels like I'm just rushing from place to place for my whole shift. Shifts are longer too. With the terminal giving directions, it's completely mindless. You just go where it tells you. I'm thinking about taking some time off. Wait for this whole spellphage thing to die down. Learn how to bake bread or whatever. Just be me for a while. Sounds really cool. Think you should do it. Oh yeah? Alright. You know, I'll take it under advisement. Anyway, got a jet. Next time I'll introduce you to some people I know so you feel more comfortable hanging out. It's good to see you again. Glad you came. See you around? Yeah, we'll see you around. Hey, buttons! Lauren, they got some buttons left. Want one? Yeah, I'll take a button for sure. Should I put on my jacket? Yeah. Lauren takes the button and pins it on her puffer jacket. She feels, for a moment at least, very cool. Thanks. Well, you're part of the gang now. See you around. Lauren sees Dustin wave to her from the driver's side window as he pulls onto Amethyst Avenue. It was a little weird seeing Dustin in a different context. We didn't even talk about Pipeweed one time. Felt... There it is. Normal. Like we were friends, kinda? Maybe I'd like to come to one of these things again. I guess I should head home. Freshly fallen snow crunches underfoot as Lauren walks home. Guess Dustin was right, that was maybe my only chance to hear a Goblin Crowstone professor speak. It's actually kind of something. Even if I still think Chancellor Cleanbreeze is a toady, he's probably right that closing Crowstone for a bit is the only safe thing to do. Feels like I'm unconsciously avoiding thinking about school maybe being over. My identity has revolved around being a student pretty much since I was a kid. Who even am I if not a Crowstone student? There was even a chance I might slide right into grad school just from the inertia of it. Even though I don't really like studying conjuration that much, but at least then I wouldn't need to be a conjurer in industry. I feel like I'm on the cusp of a huge life decision. I really need to make it soon. What would you like? What would it be like if I didn't go back to Crowstone next semester? Without a structure to guide me, it feels both scary and exciting. Honestly, those two feelings are pretty similar. I find it hard to tell them apart sometimes. Which is frustrating because it's actually pretty important to know the difference a lot of the time. Life is so confusing sometimes. When Lauren walks back into her apartment, the room is aglow already with astral light. A now familiar hand holding between its fingers a cerulean letter. Another letter? I wonder how long it's been floating here. I'm almost scared to open it. The glowing hand hovers in Lauren's room, holding the letter towards her expectantly. Lauren takes the letter, and the glowing hand returns into the evanescing portal with a strangled howl. If our choices make us who we are, then you are part of me already. I chose to write these words to you in the hope that your choices lead one day to me somehow. I feel like the novice standing for the first time before the library doors. Free to drink deeply from the darkest lore and innocence, yet incapable of reckoning with consequence. LW. It's definitely going to explode again. Drink deeply from the darkest lore? God almighty, it was somehow even hornier than the first one. Okay, now I know for sure these words weren't meant for Dave. 2 letters in 2 days. Whoever LW is, I know that they're persistent. I find that kind of cute. In a way, it's a little intense, but whoever it is obviously is interested in getting my attention. I like to think if I was really in love with someone, I'd do something a little intense to get their attention too. Nobody's really shown this much interest in me before. It makes me feel, I don't know, a little special maybe? It makes me feel like I was special already. God, I'm such a cornball sometimes. Okay, gotta focus. There basically wasn't a single who in that whole letter. Pay attention, close attention to details. Maybe I can figure this thing out. Phoebe, meow meow. Phoebe likes to meow meow. Pet the kitty. Conjure Cat circles in place before sitting back down, kneading its paws into Lauren gently and affectionately. Aw, sweet Phoebe. I know it's probably silly to use my focus all day just to keep Phoebe here, when I could be using to cast other spells, but she really makes me feel less lonely. She seems so happy, honestly, just sleeping and puttering around the apartment. I worry it's stressful for her out in the astral plane. At least when she's here, she can relax a bit. I still got the wants to do something else today. Taking it easy doesn't have to mean doing nothing at all. I'm running a little low. Maybe just one more thing, then I'll go to bed. Chat with Cass about my day. Time to chat on the computer. Trying to miss hanging out with Cass in person. Hey Cass, what it is? I'm just chilling, working on music. It's been a productive day for a change. Even though I feel bad saying it, I've been enjoying the free time. Obviously excited for lockdown to be over so I can hang out again, but honestly it's not the worst. Yeah, I don't hate it either, really. Like, I get bored, but these last couple days I feel like I've been, like, doing stuff. I've been working on the track a little more. It was good to get your feedback on it. Feel like it helped to redefine it. Even if it was just to stay the course. Want to listen to the new version while we chat? Heck yeah. Okay, one moment. Since you've also been creative, I did the mountains next to my painting. A big, lonely giant sitting out in the haze. Hey, good for you! Really getting that consistency in. Still thinking of submitting it for the Millennium? Honestly, maybe, but, like, I don't think it's the main point of doing it anymore. I really am just enjoying the process. I feel like I can think more clearly while I'm doing it. That's how I feel about music. I chase that feeling. I'm serious, you know. Painting is something you want to do. The only way you're going to be able to do it is by chasing it. There's only one way to fail, and that's not to make the things you want to make. Okay, I get it. I want to believe that you're right, and that I can do whatever I want. I'm just a little cynical, I guess. Cynicism looks like realism. Looks like realism from the inside. But from the outside, it's a shield, protecting you from failing by preventing you from trying. Anyway, I've been hanging out with Dustin too much, maybe. Have you read any more in our canon case files? Have actually. I really like it so far. Flavia and Steve are fun protagonists. The art is good and all the characters are hot. Finally! I'm so excited for you to get further in. It's like a lot of light novels where it ends up at a place very different from where it begins. Don't it kind of make you think of, the spellphage? The whole world without magic thing? Huh, I didn't think of that. I suppose it does. It's not exactly the same thing, though. The spellphage is a phage, after all. We will eventually figure out how it works and get to a cure. But yeah, I see what you mean, huh? So what else is up? Any more gossip? Ended up going to the war rally today. I ran into Dustin there too. Aw, you should have invited me. I would have come maybe. Yeah, it was an okay time. Got a button. Grimlark gave a little speech. Dustin was blown away. He seemed a little down in general though. He was talking about maybe taking a break from work and chilling out for a bit. Yeah, I mentioned that to me too. Poor guy. Guess the shifts have been getting longer and he said they're expected to take more of them because of the spellphage. Does he tell you he worked for 14 hours in one 24-hour period, most of it overnight? OMG, poor guy. Makes me happy that you and Dustin are hanging out now, though. He needs more cool people in his life. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Or at least, so what are you guys like? Okay, I couldn't actually see what I was saying that option to. It just went right over where the text is. Think so, or at least, pals? Oh yeah. Path to the three of us hanging out together is being cleared. We are gonna raise so much heck. What did I tell you next will blow your mind? Got a second ethereal leather. A hornier ethereal leather. Come on, for real? Yeah, I know. How are you feeling about these leathers, Lore? Be honest. I feel like I'd be hype, but you're not me. Intrigued? Oh, it's a random love letter. I'm delighted. Of course, that would be your idea of romance. I'm just so curious about who it is. I have no clues other than the letters LW, and I have no idea where to look next. I mean, you can trace portals back through the ether, right? I couldn't, but, you might be able to. I didn't even think of that! The portal even seems to stay open until I actually take the leather. Make a cast for this blessed idea. If it happens again, I will figure out a way to trace it the way it came. It's not finished yet, but... What do you think of the track so far? I love it, I love it. It's a logical continuation of the idea you had yesterday. Excited to hear what it turns into. I feel like you're just telling me what I want to hear. But I like it. Thank you. Okay, listen, I gotta go. Time for bed. I'm exhausted. Another big day. Have a good sleep, Lore. You too, Cass. Glad I have you around for pandemic time. Smile. Well, we both avoided talking about Crowstone closing next semester. I'm sure it's freaking Cass out just as much, but she needs time to process it like I do. Kinda wish I'd talked to her about it, though maybe another time. I'm exhausted. I need to get some sleep. This thing about the university stopping its classes is freaking me out. Maybe I'll feel more confident about it in the morning. We're gonna do the thing again? Only managed to sleep for a half hour and I'm already awake again. This is really bothering me. There's no way I can sleep with this decision hanging over me. Besides, I think I know what I need to do anyway. I just need to talk to somebody about it. With Cass. I just want to talk to Cass about it. She's my best friend. Sometimes her advice is a little mean, but she's always looking out for me. Like a big sister. If I know her at all, she's probably still surfing the ether or working on music. Send her a message with WIRC and see if she's still up. Hey Cass, you up? I am indeed, reading about the last siege. Harrowing stuff. I'm unlikely to sleep at all. Hey, what's up? It didn't come up when we talked earlier, but Crowstone closing. Sad. Yeah, I know. I didn't bring it up because I knew you would still be processing. I mean, you are too, right? Kinda. I'm just bummed, but mostly just accepted it. It'll be a semester or two of assignments by Crow. But then I'll have my degree and I can get a license to open my practice. God, I wish I had your confidence. How did you come up with it? A demon gave it to me. Listen, I've been thinking, everyone else is home with their families. Does it really matter if we hang out? Like, do we really need to keep isolating the way we have been? It would have just been the two of us, and we haven't seen anyone else except Dustin for weeks. I miss hanging out with you. I'm only 2 doors down, and you could come over and we could talk about it in person. It'd be a little bubble of 2 people. What do you think? She's right. It kind of doesn't matter. If neither of us has the phage already, it's not like it can materialize out of nowhere. But it is against the rules. Should I go hang out with Cass? Yeah. I can make us curry potatoes and we can watch television. If I'd known there were potatoes and TV, if I'd known potatoes and TV were on the table, you know what? You're right. It would be the same as the people who went home to isolate with their families. We're basically family. Yep, found family. Okay, great. Just give me 15 minutes to tidy up a bit. See you soon. See you soon. Can't believe I agreed to that. Or maybe it's just that I'm surprised we didn't come to this conclusion sooner. It does make sense. It really isn't any different from families and couples isolating together. Why do I feel so nervous about going, though? Am I talking to myself into it for potatoes? It's probably just that it's been a while since I've hung out with anyone indoors and the spellphage and all. I deserve a little comfort from my best friend. This feels exciting. Like when I would sneak out when I was a teenager. Just a second. Hey, it's so good to see you. Come in. It feels like so long since the last time I was in your room. So cozy in here, I almost forgot. Is that a giant pleated dragon plushie? That's new, right? It's so cute. Yeah, I just got him. He doesn't even have a name yet. I'm torn between Sparky and Spike. What do you think? Alright, 2 weirdly similar names. I can see why that would be a difficult decision. Come on, don't make fun. What could be more important? Sparky. He's very obviously a Sparky. You know, now that you've said that, I see it too. Sparky. I don't know how I ever could have considered otherwise. Do you want to come hang out in the kitchen? You can tell me about your problems while I make the food. Yeah, sounds great. Alright, let me get those potatoes started. Oh, you know me so well. It's been forever. You always make these for me when I'm feeling bummed out. It's pure comfort food. It's what I make for myself when I'm bummed out, too. It's what your mom used to make for you when you were sick, right? 100% guaranteed to make you feel at least 1% better. That's what she used to say. Alright. Tell me your troubles. I don't even know. When I heard that Crowstone wasn't going to have classes next term, it's like I saw my life split in 2 before my eyes. On one path, I get my degree from Crowstone, go to work for one of the big 5 conjuration firms as a line conjurer, make good money, retire young, registered savings. No other possibilities with a conjuration degree. I follow you so far. On the other path, I drop out. Spend some time painting and figuring out what I want out of life. Maybe go back, maybe not. I'm always the one telling you to spend time on you. Your ability to take care of yourself is, like, genuinely deficient. With the way you grew up, I don't think you ever got a chance to form a stable identity sometimes. Oh my god, Cass, my identity is stable. It's consistent from day to day. Yeah, alright. You're right, in the group home, I didn't really have much of a chance to figure out who I was. It wasn't like survival conditions or anything, but there wasn't a lot of privacy. So I agreed in principle, taking some time to do your thing is a good idea. But you know, on the other hand, why not just finish it? It's only a year. You're already registered for classes. You live in Crowhurst. Yeah, you know, of course it is. It's just that I don't know if I want to be a conjurer, like for real. Fell in love with conjuration just from making things in my imagination. Dumb little computer games Phoebe tends to hide out in and pretend I was somewhere else. That's all kid stuff. It's not like what it's like to be a conjurer today. Sure it is. It can be. I feel like you're limiting yourself to what's already there when everything that's already there was brought into being by someone. You could be one of those people. Come on, Cass. I want to believe that, but it's not just realistic. My dad's school isn't going to last forever. I can pay for the end of my degree and then maybe a year or two of living expenses after that, but I'm going to have to get a real job eventually. Art is a real job. Conjuration is a real job. Yeah, conjuration being a real job is part of the problem, I think. These days, you work on one tiny feature on a huge program or circuit or whatever. And maybe there's still creativity somewhere, but it's hard for me to see a lot of the time. That's because you're so focused on what could go wrong, you haven't even started to consider how it could go right. You could absolutely finish your degree, and then you do your own thing and be creative with it. Go against the grain instead of with it. You're the only person who can make that choice, in fact. Alright, potatoes are ready. Let me get you a bowl. Potatoes steaming and softened by a sauce have the comforting smell of curry and coconut. Cass, these potatoes are everything. I feel like they're giving me mind powers. So use them. Consult your stomach. Get into that potato feeling. Decide what you should do. Lauren takes a big bite of the potatoes after blowing on them to cool them down. Serenity and clarity descend upon her as she chews. What do I want to do? Finish my degree. I think I want to finish my degree. I put so much into it already. I'm really good at it. I can open my own shop when I graduate, like you, and try to make things better instead of worse. I think if I'm going to be happy in this life, I need a place in the world. Somewhere I can fit in. Something stable to measure myself against. As soon as the words have escaped her mouth, Lauren realizes they are completely true. Ugh, these are good potatoes. I don't believe anyone ever discovered an important truth on an empty stomach, Lore. Unless that truth was, I want curry potatoes. How does it feel to have said it out loud? Fantastic. I'm burdened. Hungry. It tells me you made the right choice. Keep eating. I'll have a bowl too. The two devour their portions of curry potatoes, each bite creamy, spicy, and a little sweet. They do the dishes together before retiring to the apartment's only other room. It smells really good in here. Okay. But not like curry potatoes good. Like forest good? But not like dirt, more like green things and freshly fallen rain. You like it? It's a scent glamour. I'm gonna assume that's glamour. I've been working on. I've been slowly tweaking the formula for the last couple months. It smells like the woods. It's so comforting. Yeah, I hoped you would like it. Why do I feel nervous again? It's like there's tension in the air. You want to maybe sit down for a bit? Listen to a record? Keep talking? Yeah, that sounds great, actually. Gotta digest the taters. Plus, I still want to know how you feel so calm about this whole crowstone thing. Okay, cool. I'll put on something chill. I need it. Momentary stretch. It's weird that I feel nervous since the atmosphere in here is actually really nice. The lights and the smell and the music. So you asked how I feel calm about the crowstone closing? Yeah, I need to know your secret. Is it the potatoes? It's probably a little bit of the potatoes. But for real, it's more that there's been something else in my mind that I'm a little more nervous about than school. Oh yeah? Anya? Oh yeah? You can tell me about it. I already dumped everything I had on you. Yeah. Okay. Here goes. Cassandra looks so intense all of a sudden. Listen, Laura. I love being your best friend. You're my favorite person to talk to, but honestly, wish I could be a little more than that. More than friends? Does she mean like... Do you mean like... girlfriends? Yeah, I do mean that. God, Lauren, you really can be oblivious sometimes. Cass likes me? Wait, are you LW? I wish. Honestly, you getting that letter was one of the things that made me feel like I needed to say something now. It would kill me to watch someone else appear and sweep you away because I want to be that person. I want to be the one to sweep you away. No, I just like you. I think you're really cool. And cute. I think Cass is cool and cute too. Does that mean I like her too? For a while I was kind of waiting for you to notice me in that way. But every day you didn't put together that I wanted to be with you, it hurt a little bit more. Listen, Lauren, I don't want to wait around forever when the person I know I want to be with is 2 walls away. There's a moment that crackles with the electricity of the possible. Can I kiss you? Yes. For the first time in her life, Lauren felt another person's lips on her own. Cassandra's were warm and soft, tender and urgent. Lauren's mind was overwhelmed by the feeling, novel and strange and lovely. It seemed everything was destined to change even more. The end, for now. For now! Love in the Spellphage. You have locked one of the possible 3 endings. Be seeing you. So... okay, so there's more there. There's no autosave either. It'd be nice to have like a checkpoint type thing. But I think that is good. There's a ending for Love in the Time of Spellphage. You can go check out the other 2 endings and get them yourself by checking the game out on Steam. And also go check out the Choose Wisely Fest. But first, thank you for watching! If you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe. Maybe click the bell for notifications. Also be sure to check out the description below. Various links, social media, Discord. Come hang out, get notifications there as well. And, well, as I was saying, Choose Wisely Fest is taking place December 8th through the 15th, 2025 on Steam. Go check it out. Love in the Time of Spellphage, along with many other games, are there for it. Demos, discounts. Go wishlist stuff. Thank you for watching. Until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!